Have you ever stared out at the ocean and wondered what secrets lie beneath the waves? For thousands of years, one mystery has captivated explorers, historians, and dreamers alike: the Lost City of Atlantis. Was it a thriving metropolis of unimaginable wealth and technology, or just a myth, a cautionary tale passed down through the ages? Today, we're diving deep into the legend of Atlantis, separating fact from fiction and exploring the theories that keep this ancient enigma alive. Our journey begins with one man, the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. Around 360 BC, he wrote about Atlantis in two of his dialogues, Timaeus and Critias. According to Plato, Atlantis was an island larger than Libya and Asia combined, located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar. It was a naval power that had conquered parts of Western Europe and Africa some 9,000 years before his time. Plato's description of Atlantis is nothing short of spectacular. He painted a picture of a concentric city built on rings of land and water, connected by massive canals and bridges. The city boasted magnificent temples covered in precious metals, intricate irrigation systems, and a powerful, disciplined military. The rulers of Atlantis were said to be descendants of Poseidon, the god of the sea, and for generations they governed with wisdom and virtue. The land was rich, the people were prosperous, and their engineering prowess was unmatched anywhere in the world. But, as the story goes, with great power came great corruption. The people of Atlantis, once noble, grew greedy, arrogant, and power-hungry. They abandoned their divine principles and embarked on a campaign of aggressive expansion. This hubris angered the gods, particularly Zeus. In a single terrifying day and night of misfortune, violent earthquakes and floods struck the island. The great civilization of Atlantis, with all its glory and splendor, was swallowed by the sea, vanishing without a trace, never to be seen again. Plato. This was likely a cautionary tale, a philosophical allegory about the dangers of imperial ambition and moral decay. He used Atlantis to illustrate what happens when a society loses its way. For centuries, most scholars viewed it exactly as that, a fictional device created by a brilliant philosopher to make a point. And for nearly 2,000 years, the story of Atlantis was largely forgotten, filed away as a piece of classical literature. Then, in the late 19th century, something shifted. An American writer and amateur archaeologist named Ignatius Donnelly published a book called Atlantis, the Antediluvian World. Donnelly argued passionately that Plato's account wasn't an allegory at all, but a true historical record. He proposed that Atlantis was the source of all ancient civilizations, from the Egyptians to the Maya. His book was a massive bestseller, igniting a worldwide fascination with the lost city that continues to this day. Donnelly's theories, though widely dismissed by mainstream science, opened the floodgates for countless other ideas about where Atlantis might be. So, if Atlantis was real, where could it be? This is where the real treasure hunt begins. One of the most popular and scientifically plausible theories points to the Greek island of Santorini, originally known as Thera. Around 1600 BC, a colossal volcanic eruption blew the island apart, creating the caldera we see today. This eruption was one of the largest in human history, triggering massive tsunamis that would have devastated coastal communities across the Mediterranean. The civilization that lived on Thera was the Minoans, a sophisticated Bronze Age culture with advanced art, architecture, and a powerful navy sound familiar. The timing doesn't quite match Plato's 9,000 years, but many researchers believe Plato may have made a translation error, mistaking hundreds for thousands. The destruction of the Minoan civilization by a volcanic cataclysm mirrors the fate of Atlantis almost perfectly. Archaeologists at Akrotiri, a Minoan settlement buried under volcanic ash on Santorini, have uncovered remarkably well-preserved frescoes and buildings, giving us a stunning glimpse into a world that was suddenly and catastrophically wiped out. Could the memory of this real-life disaster have been the seed that grew into Plato's legend? But Santorini is far from the only suspect. Other theorists look exactly where Plato said to look, beyond the Pillars of Hercules, out in the Atlantic Ocean. Some have pointed to the Azores, a group of volcanic islands that sit atop the mid-Atlantic ridge, suggesting they might be the mountaintops of a sunken continent. Submarine expeditions have searched the ocean floor in this region, but so far, no definitive evidence of a sunken city has been found. Another compelling location is in southern Spain. A team of researchers has used satellite imagery and ground-penetrating radar to investigate the marshlands of Donana National Park. They believe they have found evidence of a memorial city built by refugees from a massive tsunami that destroyed a larger coastal city. They argue that the structures buried beneath the mudflats match Plato's descriptions of the concentric rings of Atlantis. This theory is intriguing because it places Atlantis right near the Strait of Gibraltar and connects its destruction to a known geological event, a tsunami. And the theories don't stop there. Over the years, Atlantis has been found everywhere from the Caribbean as part of the Bermuda Triangle mystery to Antarctica, with some suggesting the entire continent was once ice-free and home to the lost civilization. Others have looked to Malta, the coast of Troy, and even Ireland. Each location has its champions, armed with their own set of evidence, interpretations, and a healthy dose of speculation. So, why does the story of Atlantis endure? Why, after more than 2,000 years, are we still so obsessed with a city that may have never existed? Perhaps it's because the legend speaks to something deep within us. It's a story of a utopian paradise, a golden age of human achievement where we lived in harmony and possessed incredible knowledge. It represents a lost Eden, a world before corruption and conflict took over. The idea of a highly advanced ancient civilization also challenges our linear view of history. We tend to think of progress as a straight line, from primitive beginnings to our modern technological age. Atlantis suggests that history might be more cyclical, with great civilizations rising and falling, and incredible knowledge being lost and rediscovered over time. It is a tantalizing thought. What if our ancestors were far more advanced than we give them credit for? Ultimately, the search for Atlantis is more than just a search for a physical place. It's a quest for knowledge, a testament to human curiosity, and a reflection of our own hopes and fears. We hope that such a perfect society could exist, and we fear that our own civilization, for all its power and progress, could suffer the same catastrophic fate if we let greed and arrogance guide us. Whether Atlantis lies buried beneath the sands of Spain, submerged in the Aegean Sea, or only within the pages of Plato's dialogues, its legacy is undeniable. It has inspired countless books, movies, and expeditions. It fuels our imagination and encourages us to keep asking questions, to keep exploring, and to keep looking for the truth, no matter how deep it may be buried. The lost city may never be found, but the search itself is a treasure. What do you think? Is Atlantis a real piece of lost history waiting to be rediscovered, or is it one of the greatest stories ever told? Let me know your theories in the comments below. We love diving into these mysteries with you. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the past. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the world's greatest mysteries. Ring that notification bell so you never miss an adventure. Until next time, keep wondering.